How's everyone today?
Good.
Good. Glad to hear it. Okay. How you doing, Trey?
Good.
Good. Guys, I'm a little not good today. I got to be honest with you. So you probably need to be a little patient with me
Okay. I wanted to ask, when is the last day you're taking missing work?
today.
Because I know some teachers are taking it today at 3.
Today. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep. Hola, Yana. ¿Cómo estás? Okay. So, Ayana, were you here on Monday? I forget. No? Okay. So you guys, we started a new thing on direct object pronouns. Okay. So we'll spend some time reviewing those today, but we did complete like a guided notes thing yesterday. So you might want to see if you can locate that in Canvas before we get started today. It's in a module called Special. 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 So we'll see who shows up today, because you guys probably couldn't do this since you weren't with us on Monday, but if you want to give it a try, you can. Buenos días, Isadora. How are we today? So, again, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with direct object pronouns. I didn't think we were, and that's kind of why I'm doing them, because you really need them if you're going to complete a Spanish 2 class. So give this a look. What do the following mean in English? Yo compré una camisa para mi madre. So what does this mean in English? You can pop that in the chat. Compré, past tense, right? And then the meaning of the word la here. Yo la compré para mi madre. So pop those in the chat and let me know what you think. Yeah, very good. How about this next one? Yo la compré para mi madre. What is that la? Any guesses? Ayana, how about you? Serenity, what do you think this sentence means? Or Trey, what do you think this top sentence is telling us? Yeah. Yep. It's good. Trey, how about you? Yeah, very good, Ayana. Yep, very good. Good, Trey. Yeah, I can see that a couple of folks are still trying to join us here. Okay. All right, you guys, that's our time. So let's go ahead and get started. So on Monday, we started this new special on direct object pronouns. And it can be a little confusing, not crazy confusing, right? But we'll practice it for a while. That's it, Ayana, right there. Again, if you are, if you weren't here, you want to go to those guided notes. The name of our module is special, so you should be able to find it. It's just a special module. So first of all, let's do this. What do the following mean in English? So you guys did a great job. I bought or I purchased a shirt or t-shirt for my mom. Okay. So now let's focus on this next one here. It says, yo la compré para mi madre. Yo la compré. So what is this la, you guys, referring to? Serenity, do you have a guess? Trey? Isadora? What is that la referring to? Ayana, what do you say? Hola, Don Travius. Yo la compré. What do you think the la is referring to? Any guesses? Oh, you guys are not going to talk to me today? Yeah, very good, Ayana. Hola, Hill. Yes, it is the shirt. It's referring to the shirt, right? So we can kind of graduate, instead of talking like little kids, right, where we have to repeat ourselves, we can replace, in this case, the word shirt for it, right? So I bought it for my mom. So why are we using la? We're using la because it's una camisa. Una meaning feminine, right? And singular. We still always have to think about those masculine, feminine, singular, and plural things, right? So to say it, right? I bought it for my mom. Una camisa is feminine and singular, so we need to use the word it. So in this case, it's the word it, okay? And notice where it goes in the sentence, okay? In English, we would say, I bought it, but what do the Spanish say? They say, it bought, okay? It goes in front of the thing or in front of our verb, okay? All right, any questions about this, you guys? This was kind of a mini summary of what we did on Monday, okay? So pop any questions that you might have in the chat. Again, you guys, I apologize. I'm really distracted today. So kind of just be patient with me. Somebody asked earlier when I'm going to finalize grades. I will finalize grades this afternoon at, well, it's 2:00 for me. I guess it's 3:00 for you guys. Okay. So, and then I won't accept any other work. Okay. But, felicitaciones, congratulations, because we have finished the third quarter, right, you guys? We finished the third quarter. Y hoy vamos a practicar con los pronombres directos. So pat yourselves on the back, okay, that we only have one more to go, right, you guys? One more to go. Okay, so what are we going to do today? We're going to practice with these direct object pronouns. I have a short video for us. I have a practice sheet that we're going to try to do as a class. Okay, we'll see how it works tech-wise. Just a reminder, if you were not here the other day, we decided that on the 19th, you guys, we would have a quiz on the past tense. So put that in your calendar, maybe somewhere. On the 19th was the date we decided to have that quiz on the past tense, on the preterite. Okay. And we'll see how far we get today, right? We have a shorter class period today, right? So hola a todos, hola a todos, hola Jada. Okay. So I'm going to, because several of us were absent, I am going to kind of put up this slideshow that we worked on Monday. Okay, so take a look at the screen, everyone, por favor. Just as a quickie review again for those of us. Okay, so we started out doing this in English. How you doing today, Hill? Jada, ¿cómo estás? And we started doing this in English, right? Because we have them in English, right? It or them. And so the direct object is the person or the thing that receives the action of the verb. And so we talked about in this example, Ricardo plans a vacation, right? So the action is he's planning. Okay, so what is being planned? The vacation. So vacation, you guys, is our direct object. Okay, if we were to replace it, it would be Ricardo plans it, right? A vacation. Ricardo plans it. Okay. Same thing here. Ricardo packs suitcases. The verb is pack. What is being packed? The suitcases. Therefore, the suitcases would be our direct object because it's the thing being packed. It's receiving the action of the verb. And so then in English, because this is plural, Ricardo packs them. Okay. All right. Any questions here? So this is kind of what we're working on. Okay. Any questions? All right. So basically, you guys, it's it and them. Okay. So what are the Spanish versions of it and them? Well, because we have to think about masculine, feminine, singular, or plural, right? So if we want to say it for something that is masculine and singular, we're going to use the word lo. If we are going to say it for something that is feminine and singular, we're going to use la. For something that is masculine and plural, we're going to use los. And for something masculine, or rather feminine and plural, we're going to use las. Okay. So lo and la mean it. Los and las as a direct object mean them, right? Ricardo plans a vacation. Ricardo plans it. Okay. All right. Any questions? All right. Again, and then where does it go, you guys? It goes in front of the verb in the present tense, right? So, Diego y yo buscamos las llaves. This is plural and feminine. So we're going to replace Diego and I are looking for the keys. We're going to say Diego and I are looking for them. So if it's plural and feminine, we're going to use las. And then it belongs in front of the verb. Okay, again, for those of us who were not here yesterday. Okay. All right. So that's it in a nutshell. And we just need to practice those. So let me launch something here. You guys need to make sure, please, that you can hear this and see this. And let me put some sound on here. Okay, so let's listen carefully, you guys.
Buenos días. Okay, so by now, you've either seen or figured out that most of the sentences we form in English and in Spanish are made up of a subject, a verb, and a direct object. The direct object answers the question, who or what? For example, Erika prepara la cena. Erika is the subject and prepara is the verb. She prepares what? La cena. So, la cena is the direct object. It's what Erika prepares. Once you can see what the object of the sentence is, you can replace it with a direct object pronoun. The purpose of a direct object pronoun is to stand in for or take the place of the direct object. It's a good way to avoid using the same noun over and over. Take a look and listen to this. Camila quiere preparar café, pero no tiene café. Camila decide comprar café en el supermercado. El café es muy caro y Camila paga el café con una tarjeta de crédito. Llega a su casa y decide que ya no quiere café. Prepara chocolate caliente. A little monotonous sounding, isn't it? That
Okay, so remember, you guys, look at all the times that we're repeating cafe, 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 right? So what we want to do is kind of graduate to the next level of speaking, right? Of understanding. And instead of having to repeat the word cafe all the time, we want to be able to say it, right? Camila wants to prepare coffee, but she doesn't have any coffee, right? Camila decides to buy coffee at the supermarket. The coffee is very expensive, and Camila pays the coffee with a credit card. So we want to be able to say it, right? It is very expensive, and Camila pays for it with a credit card instead of always having to repeat the word, okay? That's the purpose of like a direct object pronoun, okay?
That short text uses the word café 6 times. Now let's see and hear the same text again, with a direct object pronoun replacing the word café in a few places. Camila quiere preparar café, pero no lo tiene. Decide comprarlo en el supermercado. El café es muy caro y Camila lo paga con una tarjeta de crédito. Llega a su casa y decide que ya no quiere café. Prepara chocolate caliente.
Okay, I'm going to pause it here. So cafe is masculine and singular, which is why we're going to use lo here. Okay, now in a present tense sentence, like this is present tense, tiene is our verb. So we put our lo in front of the verb. So Camila wants to prepare coffee, but she doesn't have any. She doesn't have it. She doesn't have it. Okay, lo, no lo tiene. Then when we come down here, it says decide comprarlo en el supermercado. So she decides to buy it. So notice here, you guys, this verb comprar, this is real important, so please listen, is in the infinitive. It's in the original form. It has not been conjugated, right? Because decide has already been conjugated, right? She decides to buy. So to buy is in the infinitive form. Well, look what we can do. We can take the same lo that's up here and we can attach it, okay, the same lo right here, and we can attach it to the end of our infinitive, to the end of our verb that we have not conjugated. Okay, so we can put it in 2 places. If the verb is conjugated, like tiene, we can put it in front of the verb. If the verb is not conjugated, if it's in its original form, we can just put it like a tail on the end of the word. Okay. All right. Let's see what she has to say.
This time, the direct object pronoun lo fills in for the word café 3 times. The text sounds a lot less repetitive and more natural, doesn't it? And that's the magic of these pronouns. So, the 4 pronouns we're reviewing today are lo, la, los, and las. The pronoun you choose must agree in both gender and number, with the noun you're going to replace. In the example with Camila, the pronoun lo replaces café because both are masculine and both are singular. Ready for a few more examples? Las niñas prueban la sopa. Las niñas la prueban. Yo veo a mis amigos todos los días. Yo los veo todos los días. Did you happen to notice where the direct object pronoun was placed in each sentence? Let's use some of the examples to see. Camila lo paga con una tarjeta de crédito. Yo los veo todos los días. The pronouns in these two sentences are placed immediately before the conjugated verbs paga and veo. Camila quiere preparar café, pero no lo tiene. In this case, which is a negative sentence, the pronoun still precedes the conjugated verb, but it follows the negative word no. What about sentences with a verb plus an infinitive? Camila decide comprarlo en el supermercado. Wait, in this example, the pronoun is shown in a different spot. Can that be right? It is, when you have a conjugated verb like decide, followed by an infinitive, the pronoun can either go before the conjugated verb or it can be attached to the infinitive. So this sentence can really be stated in two ways. Camila lo decide comprar en el supermercado. Camila decide comprarlo en el supermercado.
Okay, so again, the rule, you guys, if we're going to use lo, it would either need to go in front of the conjugated verb, decide, or you can tack it to the end of the infinitive, the one that has not changed, comprarlo. Either which way is fine, okay?
I understand that this might appear to be a little tricky at first, but with some practice, it'll get easier and easier. See you again soon.
Okay. Any questions, you guys? Anything that maybe jumped out at you that you'd like to ask? Or something for me to repeat? No? Okay, so you're ready to practice? Do a little practice? All right, muy bien. All right, let's try. Let's try. I'm going to put this, you guys, in the chat. Okay. And I need for everybody to try to access it and put it in like your Google Drive or whatever. Okay, so give it a try and let me know if it works. I probably should have changed the, yeah. Here, let's try this. Okay, thank you, Hill. Here's the next one. Hold on. Yeah, I forgot to give you guys access. Hang on a second. Okay, try. Oh no, why did it do that? Okay, try that one, you guys. Make sure that you're including that word copy at the end when you put it in your Google Drive. Let me know if it's going to work for you. I mean, I can look on GoGuardian, but is it working for you? Ayana? Janirical? Zantravius? Hill, did it open for you? Yeah, okay. All right, so we're not going to do all of these, and we're just going to work through some together. So this is where you get to kind of show me what you know, okay? I'm going to try to make this bigger so we can see this a little better. So you guys can always check my Zoom screen, okay? Okay, let's open this up. All right. So I'm going to do this first one first, okay? Now you guys help me. It says, Jose usa la computadora. What is the verb here? You can unmute, you guys. Probably go faster if you unmuted, but you can put it in chat. What is the verb in number 1? What is the verb? The verb. The verb is the action, right? What is the action? Jose usa la computadora. Uses. Okay, so usa, very good, is our verb. So the sentence is Jose is using or uses the computer. We want to say Jose uses it. So if it's la computadora, which pronoun are we going to use? Are we going to use lo or la? It's la computadora, feminine, right? So are we going to use lo or la? We're going to use la. Okay. So I'm just going to abbreviate for Jose, right? So Jose, we want to say uses it. And we decided because it's la computadora, we need to use la, right? Okay, so it goes in front of the verb because this verb has been conjugated to match Jose, right? So Jose la usa, right? Jose uses it. Okay, everybody see that, you guys? Yes, no, maybe? Yeah? Okay, let's try number 2 because it's a plural one. Okay, so what is the action here? Pablo ayuda a sus hermanos. What's the action? What's happening here? What's the verb? Pablo helps his brothers. What's the verb here? Ayuda. Okay. So we got Pablo. And who is it that Pablo is helping again? His brothers or his siblings anyway. So is that singular or plural? Sus hermanos. Is that singular or plural? It's plural. Is it masculine or feminine? Hermanos. Okay, it's plural and masculine. So is our pronoun going to be los or las? Los or las? If hermanos is masculine and plural, what's our pronoun? It's going to be los. And if we said that our verb is ayuda, then we're going to put it in front of the verb. Pablo los ayuda. Pablo helps them. Okay, everybody see my screen? I'm hoping. See or no? See? Okay. So let's scroll down if you can. Okay. And let's try to do 6, 7, and 8. Okay. And then we're going to share our answers. All right, you guys, 6, 7, and 8. So you want to go through the process we did, right? Like, what was the verb, right? What was the pronoun? Yes, just 6, 7, and 8. And I'll be checking you out here in Go Guardian. So if you have a question, 6, 7, and 8, please. Ayana and Jada, gonna join us here on 6, 7, and 8. Isadora. Yeah, very good. Don't forget to try to put them in English because that kind of helps us to understand what we're talking about here, right? Okay, remember to what is the verb, right? Because remember that these direct objects receive the action, right, of the verb, whatever's happening in the sentence. So find your verb first, and then what pronoun would you use, and then where are you going to put it? John Travius, you going to join us? All right, are we ready? Let's see, let me take a look here. Jada, did you get to look at these 6, 7, and 8? All right, Ayana's finished. Okay. All right, so let's look at 6, 7, and 8 together. Okay, you guys, and then I have a question for you. So for numero seis, all right, we're gonna start here. That was kind of a tricky one. So who can tell me, what did you identify as the verb for number 6? What is the action in number 6? Tiene las naranjas. What is the verb? You can unmute or pop it in the chat. Hill, what did you think was the verb for number 6 for Ayana? Anybody? Yeah, the verb. What is the action? Ayana, what's the action in number 6? Tiene las naranjas. Yeah. What's the action? What does tiene mean? Anybody? Do you know that verb tener? Yo tengo. Tú tienes. Él tiene. Yeah, to have. Very good. So tiene is our verb, you guys. We're saying he or she has oranges. Okay, has oranges. So if our verb is tiene, and what is it that we have, you guys? We have las naranjas. So what is our pronoun going to be? If naranjas is feminine and plural, what is our pronoun? It's going to be las, right, Hill? Is that what you're telling me? So if tiene is our verb, it goes in front of our verb. So our sentence would be las tiene, right? So he or she has them. Las tiene. Okay, everybody, anybody have a question? Right? So we have to do kind of those steps. We have to figure out what is the verb and then figure out what is the action or the thing that's receiving the action. Is it masculine, feminine, singular, or plural? Pick a pronoun and then decide where to put it. Okay. All right. Let's look at 7. Pilar decide pintar las pinturas. Pilar decide pintar las pinturas. Okay, so this is tricky because we have 2 verbs here. Were you able to figure out which ones they were? in number 7? You guys can unmute or pop them in the chat. Isadora, what's a verb in number 7? Yeah, very good, Hill. Isadora, did you find one? Yes, decide and pintar. Very good. So we have 2 verbs in number 7, right? Pilar decides to paint the paintings. Okay. She decides to paint. So there's 2 verbs there. Okay. Decide, decide, is the one that's been changed to match Pilar. That's a girl's name, by the way. And then the verb pintar is in its original form. It's an AR verb. Okay. So what is our pronoun? Is it going to be lo, la, los, or las? What's our pronoun for number 7? Because what's the thing that she's decided to paint, right? She's decided to paint the pictures, which is las. Very good. So we can do this 2 ways, you guys. So I'm just kind of going to move this down here because I'll have more room. Pilar, we could say las decide pintar, right? She decides to paint them. Okay. Las decide, because decide is our verb that's been conjugated. Or we could say Pilar decide pintarlas, right? Same meaning. She decides to paint them. Because pintar is a verb as well, but it's in the original form, it's an AR verb, we can just tack it on the end and it means the same thing. She decides to paint them. Okay. All right. Questions on that one? Okay. In number 8, can you put what you have for number 8 in the chat, please? Just type it in the chat for me, por favor. Everybody? Isadora, Serenity, Don Travius, Hill, Kinsey, Janirko, Ayana, Jada. Number 8 in the chat, please. Mario ve los programas todos los días. Pop it in the chat. What did you come up with for 8? Okay. All right, good. Isadora. Anybody else? Number 8. Very good, Ayana. Anyone else? All right, so our verb is ve, right? To see. He watches or he looks at or he sees the programs every day. So if it's los programas, our pronoun is going to be los. So we could say Mario los ve, right? He sees them, but then we need to say every day, todos los días. Mario sees them or watches them every day. Los ve. Okay. Okay. So compare what's on my screen to what you came up with, you guys, and tell me in chat how you're feeling, a 3 or 2 or 1. I feel good. I need more practice, or I'm still lost. 3, 2, or 1, clase? Thank you, Hill. Anybody else? 3, 2, or 1? Okay, thank you. Jada, Ayana, Janirical, Dontravius, anybody else? 3, 2, or 1? Okay. Okay. Muy bien. All right, it's about 10 after. And are there any of you that need what do we have? 5 minutes? Ask me a question or complete a missing assignment or something. You guys? Remember, by 3 o'clock today, okay? By 3 o'clock today. So I can submit everything. Okay, I'll give you some work time or time to ask me some questions since we only have about 5 minutes left. Okay, good job on the direct object pronouns. We'll continue. practice those. No, though, that was just a practice. You don't have to turn that in. That was just for us to work together as a class. That doesn't have a due date. No. I'm talking about the one we just did. Isadora. Those were just practice. You don't have to turn that in. Oh, the one from Monday, the guided notes. Yes, the guided notes are not due by tonight. The guided notes on indirect object pronoun or direct object pronouns are for fourth quarter. So you're good. Yeah. Let's see, Jada. My computer's thinking. Give me a minute. It's trying to catch up. Okay. I don't know how to give you this link. Let's see, Jada. See if you can you look for something called let's see, what's the date? From it might be in the module. Jada. Or go to the calendar in VHL for that date. Oh, my computer is just so slow. Have you found it yet, Jada? Okay, perfect. Okay, anyone else need help with something before we sign off today? Okay, that's our time, you guys. Again, 3 o'clock, your time, okay? And then I will push the grades through, okay? Adios. Thanks for your help today. Adios, clase. Nos vemos mañana. Adios.